Welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories on Latino USA TV. Welcome to this amazing, unique platform. We love your stories. We love your photos. Don't forget to identify who's in the photo. Tell us a little story about who is in them. Today, we are focused on knowledge is power. It is powerful to be aware of things going on in the world around us today. And one of the things, Alex Juarez is going to give us some tips on what to avoid. Alex is from AARP, Arizona, and he has some fascinating, not only facts, but pointers on what to do to avoid situations that you don't want to get caught up in. Welcome, Alex. Welcome to our show, and thank you for helping us out with knowledge. Knowledge is powerful.
Thank you, Irma, and thank you to Arizona Barrio Stories. It's a pleasure to be with your audience, talking about very important topics like, unfortunately, fraud.
Fraud, I think, has affected everybody or somebody we know, and it's sad because there are people out there, entities that want either your identity or want your money or want both.
That is correct.
So thank you for giving us tidbits.
Absolutely, and in today's world, I mean, in the first show we talked about five visual tips that can help you identify fraud. Today we're going to focus on 5 more of them, and in today's social media world, that's where we encounter a lot of the fraud. So that's where we have to be extremely careful. Even on pages like Facebook that, we think it's very safe and friendly, etc. We have to be extremely careful with social media when we get requests, from people, that maybe we're not familiar, or it could be a person that we think, we know might be a friend, and we're getting a friend request again. But that could be an account that got hacked and they're requesting access again. So anytime that you get a request, in particular in Facebook, of somebody that you think you already have as a friend, I would go back into your contacts, into your friend contacts, and check and see if you already have that person. Because what happens if you accept that request, then you're giving access to that hacker or person impersonating to all your contacts. So this person can now start sending friend requests from you or on your behalf, or asking, for example, for money to your friends as well in Facebook. So anytime that you get friend requests on social media, just be careful with that. Obviously, if you know the person, if you know that you don't have that person as a friend, then you're okay to accept that person as a friend request. But social media is very powerful. There's a lot of platforms. We have, LinkedIn, we have X, or the old Twitter, Facebook, there's Snapchat. I mean, there's so many social media. We just need to be careful how we utilize it.
I'm a retired teacher, so I have at least, lots of children that are now adults that are on social media, and they request me, and I think, is that really them? Is that maybe somebody else?
Yeah.
So I'm very leery sometimes when I get requests from former students. I thought,
yeah, you probably get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Being a teacher, absolutely. Yeah, but I'm glad that you're just that you have your guard up at least. I think that's what we recommend. Have your guard up, because we don't know who's behind the other site.
Correct.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Correct.
The other one, next tip number 7. Pop-ups that just appear out of the nothing in your computer. It can be a pop-up that says your computer has been infected with a virus. Click on this link so one of our technicians, or it'll connect you to a Microsoft technician that will help you remove the virus. I think everybody has received those type of messages on your phone, on your computer. So we have to be extremely careful with those, because they can just download malware into your computer or your phone and then extract information, bank accounts, you name it, details from your personal accounts. So anytime you get a pop-up like that, I would definitely not click on anything. If you can't, turn off your computer, turn off your phone, and then get rid of that message. Because many times it'll tell you that you can't get out. Unless you turn your computer, then that's the only way to get rid of it. Once you turn it back on, then it should be gone. You shouldn't have that message anymore. But you got to be very careful not to click on the link that they tell you to click. So those pop-up messages, very careful.
I have an aunt that I think it came up once on hers, and it really scared her.
Yep.
And she was smart enough, I think, to
not click it?
Yeah, not click it, log off, and
Exactly.
she has she pays a monthly fee to have a certain thing scan her computer.
Yes.
Checking for viruses. And
That's
stuff.
a very important thing to have. You've got to have your protection, your virus protection on your computers, on your phones. If you have Microsoft has a virus protector as well, included in the subscription if you're paying for Microsoft. Or there's other programs out there, Norton Antivirus, you name it. There's many of them, that you can purchase just to protect your computer and your phones as well.
Wow, good to know.
Definitely. And our good friend Anita Ritter, if you recall, she had received a message when we had her on the show. She talked about that. She talked that she had received a pop-up in her computer, I believe it was. And she was smart enough not to click on that message. But it is very common to receive those messages.
Unfortunately, those people that do click on it, you go down a deep hole, and what do you do later? It's like
Exactly. Yeah.
unfortunate.
Very unfortunately. Number 8 is similar. It's very similar. It's the computer virus alerts. So we already talked about it. When it could come into your computer, letting you know, hey, your computer has been infected with a virus. Click here. We'll send you to our technician. Our technician will make sure to clean your computer, from any virus on that. Don't click on those. If you feel like your computer has been infected, the best thing to do is take it to a professional technician that will remove the viruses from your computer. I mean, there's companies that are available throughout the country that do that, as a service. But don't do it directly if you get the message on your computer or on your phone. Definitely not. Stay away from that.
Who would have even thought that would be something that a job opportunity, and it probably is like a full-time one for somebody to go around cleaning people's computers because they've been infected,
Nowadays, very common. Absolutely. So definitely stay away from that. All right, number 9, phone calls. Phone calls that you may receive on your telephone, on your cell phones, that look like a number that could be maybe the police station in your city. Or it could be maybe from the United States Postal Service or from UPS. It says UPS or it says United States Postal Service. Very easy nowadays with technology. The hackers or the people that are doing the scams, they can do it's a software that they utilize to what's called spoofing, where it changes a telephone number where they're calling from to make it look like they're calling from someone in your city. So that's where we have to be careful. If you don't know who is calling you, if you don't know the number, if you're just questioning, who might that be, the rule of thumb is, if it's important, they can leave me a message. I will call them back. If you don't know who it is, don't answer it. Do not answer text messages that you don't know who they are. If it's important, again, they'll send you another message. Hey, this is so-and-so. And don't reply back, say, hey, who are you, or who is this, etc. Just don't engage in the conversation. That's what they're looking to do. Just getting that engagement, and then they'll start asking for more information on it. So again, stay away from that.
It's to the point now, my landline, I still have a landline.
Yeah.
I don't even answer the landline now.
Absolutely.
So,
so many calls that are either sales calls or scams. Absolutely. So many people just have gotten rid of the landlines anymore because they've become somewhat obsolete. It's a good thing to have a landline, for emergencies, because if the power goes off or maybe cell towers aren't working, in case of an emergency like that, the phone line will always work, especially those that are connected to a hard wire. If it's a cordless telephone, if there's no electricity, guess what? It's not going to work either, right? So for security, etc., just in case of emergencies, it's still a good idea to have it, but landlines are becoming somewhat obsolete. And then the last one that we have, QR codes. Who hasn't seen a QR code nowadays? Everywhere we go, we see QR codes. Well, guess what? QR codes can also be dangerous, Irma, because I've seen some cases where these scammers they put stickers on top of other QR codes. You know, it could be a valid QR code, and then they put a sticker on top of it so they can click on their QR code, which will take you to a site where they will probably get some type of information. It could be your credit card, it could be your identity, it could be different things. So you got to be very careful with QR codes as well. Obviously, when you go to a restaurant, you know, sometimes in the restaurants, they'll tell you if you want to look at the menu, you've got to click on the QR code here. More than likely, you know, the QR code that you're going to be clicking on that restaurant is going to be okay to do it. But out in the public, where you're out in the public, where people can just put a sticker on top of it, I would be very careful with those.
I've even seen them on postcards that come.
Yes.
The solicitors that use them.
Absolutely,
Wow.
yeah. If you know the business, you know, let's say that you receive it from UPS or somewhere, you know, and they're telling you to click on that. If you know it's a real thing, it's okay to do it. But be very careful when you go to the site, if it's asking for personal information, such as your social security, date of birth, things like that, that we do not provide to anyone like that. So again, we got to be just smarter than the hackers, right?
One step ahead, or maybe two steps ahead.
That's right, exactly.
I want to thank
those are
you.
the 10 steps.
Thank you for being a part of our show. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the awareness. Like I said, knowledge is power. We want people aware of all these new things that are coming our way.
That's right. If anybody has questions, visit aarp.org/Fraud Watch Network. And they can visit. There's a lot of resources there. They can call the 800 number if they have questions as well, or if they've suffered, being a fraud, getting fraud on their accounts or on their identity. Make sure that you call. We've got plenty of information there in our site and through our representatives.
Thank you, Alex, and we'll see you soon again.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Irma.
Well, like I said, knowledge is power. As you follow us, this power that you have, mainly it's awareness. We want you safe on your journey in life. We don't want you getting scammed. We don't want anybody taking your identity. If you didn't make notes of things going on today, you might want to click on the link. We tell you not to click on links, but follow the number for Alex, and they have more tips so you can be safe. Thank you for following us today. Knowledge is power. We will see you soon.